Do we see that life is like a jigsaw puzzle? Like a puzzle, each person that we meet has a unique role. Each person is a piece who can transform our lives into a beautiful mosaic of complete shapes and waterscapes. On the contrary, there can be persons in our life who don't fit with us, who don't belong. They conflict with us. Our lives are wasted. After all, when a puzzle is left incomplete, we have nothing more than dried cardboard. Once we understand this fundamental principle of life, then we can better understand the tragic unalivement of Liam Payne. Liam Payne's ultimate demise was orchestrated, calculated by several individuals, each performing a unique role in coordination to extinguish Liam Payne and his light. Hello, hola, hola, hello, bonjour, mi familia. Thank you so much and welcome to my inaugural YouTube channel video. I appreciate you for joining me. This video is designed, and this channel is designed solely for the invocation, restoration, and application of justice, particularly justice for those who have not yet received it today. We are talking about Liam Payne, and I am going to share with you my research and my interpretation of that research that is based entirely upon the physical evidence. As we all know, someone's actions can influence the way another person moves. They can influence another person's responses and reflexes, thereby showing us this highly choreographed charade that brought about Liam Payne's ultimate demise. And I do believe he was extinguished and that was a calculated plan. Everything that I say is protected under the Fair Use Act. This video is for educational purposes, and everything stated is only my opinion and alleged. Again, everything that I state is my opinion and all alleged. All right, so let's get started with Liam Payne, suspects, and situation. So here's the situation. Let's make sure that we are all on the same page and that we are up to date. I think this BBC article does a great job of kind of summarizing where we are right now. So let's get on the same page with that. The official tests have revealed. We have an autopsy that was carried out that evening, and it established that Payne suffered multiple traumas, an internal and external hemorrhaging with 25 injuries that were consistent with a fall from that height. This is very, very, very significant when they say 25 injuries, because typically when someone falls, you just have one injury of impact, okay, which can be severe and great, but typically it is only one injury. Now, unless are we to assume that Liam Payne hit approximately 25 things on his way down, and that's what caused those injuries? I think it is more likely that he was beaten. In my opinion, he was beaten, and he was, unfortunately, he had already expired by the time he was thrown from the window. Okay. On November 7th, the prosecutor's office said toxicology tests revealed traces of alcohol, cocaine, and prescription antidepressants in his body. This word right here, traces, that is extremely important, traces, okay? So that proves that this man is not so messed up. He is not so high that he cannot determine right from wrong. Correct? He can't determine his space and where he fits in that space. All right. So we can debunk the whole narrative that has been very, very popular of him being so under the influence that he managed to, in an unconscious or semi-conscious state, fall from the balcony window. I mean, that is absolutely horse manure. And when I first heard that, I remember thinking to myself, you know what? No one goes out of a window unless they're thrown. Personally, that's my feeling, and that's my opinion. They say that Payne didn't adopt a posture to protect himself from the fall. Why is that? That is because he was already expired. In my opinion, he was already expired. All right, so now let's talk about some of the individuals that have been rotating around his life. Some of these people could be considered suspects as we are waiting to see if they will be charged in his demise. Let's focus first on Kate Cassidy, shall we? Okay, so again, the white elephant question in the room is, Kate, why did you leave? What role do you play? I mean, let's remind ourselves why Liam was there for an extended period of time, okay? Now this was reported early on and we forget about this, but the truth is that he was there he was in Argentina, okay? He was in Argentina for two reasons, okay? Liam Payne's a smart guy. He likes to combine business with pleasure, so to speak. Okay, so he was there, and he did see his former One Direction bandmate Niall Horan's show. Okay, so he was in Argentina to see his show, but he was also in Argentina to reapply for his visa. Okay, he applied for his American visa because he wants to now be with Kate Cassidy on a more permanent and it appears a more serious basis. Okay, they were already living together, but he needs to extend his visa so that he can remain living together. So he goes to the American embassy, but because he has been public with his troubles with addiction, which I applaud him for. I applaud him for being so forthcoming. However, that was used against him, okay? And the American embassy in Argentina informed him that he would have to undergo psychological screenings and some other health screenings before they would permit and allow his visa. Okay, so that is why his trip gets extended. He was supposed to leave when Kate Cassidy was to leave. They were supposed to leave at that time. However, it got extended because he has to perform these extended tests in order to get his visa. Now, are we going to assume that why would we assume that someone who wants to get a visa application would get rip roaring messed up on various substances? It doesn't make sense, right? He has to pass these tests. So once again, that debunks the whole idea that he is out here partying wildly, doing everything from massive, copious amounts of drugs to being angry in the hotel lobby to ordering to ladies of the night, which I do not believe. I do not believe he ordered those, and I will go over that in detail as we continue. Okay, so Kate, yes, we are asking, why did you leave? That is the elephant in the room question. Okay, did you leave in order to pull the wool over the eyes of others and to bring about your final and nefarious plan? Because it is only after she leaves, allegedly with his credit cards, that Liam becomes 100% financially dependent upon Roger. Her role in all of this is to be the person who leaves. Yes, that is her role. That is her piece. That is the piece she plays in this puzzle. She has to leave in order to get this scenario in play. Okay? So she leaves, and now Liam is 100% under the financial auspices of Rogelio Norris, who is now there is now an imbalance of power. Okay, Liam almost has to now act like a 5-year-old requesting lunch money from his mom. Okay, so that definitely puts in where Rogelio, who I believe is the mastermind, okay, Rogelio can now come into effect. Okay, can now become the mastermind. The latest update with Kate Cassidy is that finally, authorities want to speak to her, okay? I will give the Argentine authorities credit for finally coming to speak to her, okay? It should have been earlier, all right? Because, I mean, this girl was talking about how she how she was debuting a tattoo in his honor, and it's just like, wow. It's just like, girl, you know what, get your head on straight. Okay, we don't want to be hearing about your new tattoo and all of that, showing your grief. That's ridiculous. We want you to make a statement. You can fill in so many gaps, but at least that is coming. Okay, at least it is coming that she will be forced to and will have to make a statement to the Argentine officials. Okay, and yes, don't get me wrong. Yes, Kate Cassidy, she fine. She fine. She a dime, okay? But it's not just what's on the outside. As we know, it's what's on the inside that counts. And she so savagely decided to leave the love of her life, quote unquote, the love of her life. She decided to leave him there in a foreign country, okay? It is 100% irrefutable that if she had stayed, none of these actions that led to his demise would have occurred, okay? Sometimes it only takes one person to make a difference, and Kate Cassidy could have been that one person, but instead she, for reasons that I believe are nefarious, again, this is just my opinion. I, of course, could be wrong, but she hasn't said anything one way or the other. But she ends up leaving him, and she could have been that one person who could have stopped all of this nonsense that does ensue. Once again, they want to speak with her. They want her to provide a witness statement. They're coming to her for context. They want clarity of the situation. The Argentine officials seem to be doing a fairly good job of investigating this, albeit a little bit late. But I do want to clarify that she is not under suspicion of wrongdoing. They mainly want to provide context. They merely want context to the situation. Thank you so much. That is the end of part one. Please click on part two, Suspects. You will see it